Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Salmons, and in each episode, we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Lynn Noppen, the Canva coach and course creator powering She Talks Business, She School, Designpreneur and Passive Profit. With over a decade mastering Canva, from client templates to scalable digital products, she equips creatives to launch freelance design services and sell autopilot templates for passive income. Her step-by-step programs cut through overwhelm, delivering plug-and-play resources that help thousands build profitable businesses from home with just Canva and a coffee. Lynn, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I'm very much excited to dive in and learn a little bit more about your journey. So, Lynn, with all of my guests, I do like to start at the beginning. So if you don't mind briefly taking me back to what it was you was doing before you started up She Talks Business, and then from there, what was the motivation behind it?
Yeah, so I actually had a little bit of a boring job. So my background is in communications and marketing, and I had a communications job at a local government here in the Netherlands. We had a collab with, or like how do you call it? We started working with other local governments, so my projects were a little bit slow. But inside the organization, I became the Canva go-to girl because we had a lot of boring reports, long pieces of text, and I was the person that slowly started to make it more visual appealing. So I started to turn these documents into presentations, and then after 5 years, I quit my job. I launched a social media agency. And on my last day at my job, I hosted a Canva masterclass for all my colleagues because I was basically the only one that knew how to use Canva at the time. So it was purely passion for Canva. I quit my job. I launched my social media agency, and I started teaching people how to use social media, just building the strategy. And then they would come up to me like, hey, now I know what to post, but how do I make it look good? So how do we need to use Canva? Can you start designing templates for me? Or so that's how I dived into custom design, custom Canva design. But I'm completely self-taught, so I don't have a graphic design background. It was a lot of YouTube hours and courses and teaching myself on how to do stuff and how to make it look pretty. So I started with custom design, and then I got pregnant with our first child. So it became a lot of, I needed to make some choices like for my time. Yeah. It was very time consuming. And so I launched a Canva template shop. I was breastfeeding in the middle of the night, and I stumbled upon a girl. I was scrolling on my phone, breastfeeding my baby, my newborn baby. And I stumbled upon a girl on Pinterest sharing that she was creating and selling Canva templates. And I was like, holy moly, this is my way out of custom design and trading my time for money, basically. So that's when I launched the template shop. After the template shop, I launched the template membership, which was even more interesting on passive income, if you ask me, and recurring income. And then I also added Canva courses. So from basic Canva skills, how to use Canva, how to create better content in Canva, up to, hey, I love Canva so much. I think you built such a cool business. How can I copy your business and also launch a template shop or become a Canva freelancer so people will hire me for Canva design? So I built like a business side as well. So yeah, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, in a very good nutshell. And I myself have dabbled on Canva, and I know how hard it is as a platform to use, like, and to use well. So as you're saying, like all that time you put in, I can very much understand. I've been in that rabbit hole of YouTube myself, trying to navigate through it. But you naturally must have an eye for design as well, because obviously that comes naturally to people when you can see and you can put processes in place. And as you was doing for the company you was working for, that takes a special little skill to make it look appealing and attractive to people. So all of that come together, as you say, is just a nice little niche to find yourself in. and then naturally off the back of that, you now help and teach people to do the same thing, which is really cool. Did you always have maybe like an inkling that you was going to end up being an entrepreneur and scale online, or is that something that just naturally developed? Obviously, you went through your own journey.
Well, yeah, but I like to follow my own rules. So yeah, well, I can listen, but over the years I found out that I'm a creative spirit. Um,
A good
so
way.
I think my partner is running his own business. He is an architect and has a construction company, so he is running his own business. But my parents are like my mom is a nurse and my dad is a salesman in tulip bulbs, very Dutch. But all in company, so we are raised very like safe, like make sure you have a job and you can pay your mortgage, and
Yeah.
um, so the entrepreneurship is probably it started when I was so bored in my job. So
Hmm.
I started listening to podcasts on the way in my car driving to my job, and that probably like sparked me a little bit,
Yeah.
sparked my brain like there's more possible than I am doing right now. And the other part was also that I saw that the organization that I worked for was hiring a lot of freelancers, and I was like, holy shit, like holy moly, they are making 3-4 times what I am making. They are doing the same as me. They are getting hired. So like connecting the dots, maybe I should give it a go.
Yeah.
And I just went for it. But the Canva thing was, yeah, really built up from a passion because I started using it for fun. I created my
Hmm.
like in 2013. Canva was so new,
Oh
and
yeah.
I stumbled upon it on Google. I needed to make a resume for the marketing job that I got. I used Canva for the resume, got the job, and then I started using Canva. Like, oh, this is cool, playing
Mm.
around, and then it turned into this whole, yeah, from passion project to business.
Here we are. I love that. And as you say, it just kind of lets that creativity fly. So when you are in, as you say, in that boredom on your way to work, just going through your day to day. And
Yeah,
naturally, I feel like everybody followed that same path. Like, especially within Europe, it was taught like that's what you do. You go and get your job, get your family, your house, and that's kind of how you set yourself up in life. So,
yeah,
like, yeah, the boredom just kind of sparks new ideas. And then from there, you can just see where it takes you, which is a really cool avenue.
yeah.
So let's dive into the business a little bit more so that the listeners can have some context moving forward. So when it does come to She Talks Business, who would you say like is your ideal client? Like who do you very, very much love to work with the most, Lynn? And then from there, how would you help them and how would you support them?
Yeah, so a lot of the people that follow me on Instagram, my main channel, they are all small business owners.
Nice.
And a lot of them are in probably the first 5 years of running their business, launching their business, because they are doing most of their marketing material and content themselves. So they don't have the budget to fully outsource it. So they need to do it themselves. They start a business, they are fresh, they need to get clients, they need to get seen,
Yeah.
they need to show up online. So they need to use Canva. They don't always like to use Canva, but it's for them. It's a tool. For me, I love it. I can play in Canva all day. But they need
Yeah.
it's a tool to run their business, to get clients, to get seen online, to create professional content. So usually they are in their first five-ish years of running their business. That's the main part of my audience, and they jump into C School, my Canva beginner course, and they learn everything from A to C, the important tools that you need to use, because you don't need to use all the tools inside Canva. Please don't, because you will feel overwhelmed. Um, and then they usually follow my journey, so they are doing better with creating content. They are saving time, so they can create more content, better quality in less time. And when they nail that, a lot of them jump into digital products these days. So we all want a piece of the passive income pie, as I like to say. So they see me turning designs into templates, but every niche, like every entrepreneur that I work with, they somehow are interested in passive income, of course, because it sounds amazing and it is amazing. But they all have an audience for sure that can be helped with a digital product. So whether you
Yeah.
are a dog trainer or you are a yoga coach or you are a real estate agent, at some point you can see how the designs that you are making in Canva can also help other people.
Yeah.
And that's when they dive more into trying to turn it into a business. And not all of them are interested in that, of course, but the group is growing.
Love
Um,
that.
yeah, so and that's also how Designpreneur and later on Passive Profit was born, because people started asking me like, hey, how do you make money with Canva? I love Canva and I learn a lot, but now how can I turn it into a digital product or a course or anything else that I can sell or my services? So
I love that. And as you say, it does naturally progress because once you kind of dive into that, and as you say, founders at that starting level, it is such a great tool. It's like Instagram, you have to kind of pair them together, what you can use, ChatGPT coming in as another tool. It's just making sure
yeah,
anything you can to get your life smoother and in that marketing sense is so key
yeah,
to that moving forward. And then naturally, yeah, it does start to develop. And online courses, whether you are a coach, an agency, they're so important to the service you're providing. So it just adds everything else on top. And with all the different niches, there is enough pieces of the pie for everybody. As you say, it's just finding
yeah,
out what suits you, and then
yeah.
from there you can take and run it. Do you very much like get in the trenches like with your clients? Like how is it you work with them? Like what is it you kind of offer in the terms of like a membership or a one-to-one service?
So right now, the main products that I have are my courses, and in the courses, they're all like they can start and finish whenever they want. So you
Nice.
get access to the course, you can follow it whenever you are ready for it, and then there's a community connected to it. So there's a circle chat, and I'm inside myself. So I personally guide them with questions they have. We have live coaching calls, and so it's a self-paced course. That's the word I was looking
Nice.
for, self-paced course. And then you can jump into a chat where you have personal access to me. And right now, I'm also launching a new email newsletter with like more in-depth, more advanced Canva tutorials. So it will be very like low ticket, accessible newsletter. It will be an extra paid tier to the newsletter that I already have for more advanced Canva skills, because that's what people also ask for. So
Love it. So you're very much able to meet everyone where they're at, as you say, with a self-learning
yeah,
course. Really nice, especially for founders and business owners. They're very busy,
yeah,
so they can log on when they need. They have your support when you need to as
yeah,
well. And then, as you say,
yeah,
adding that extra service with the email marketing and coming in, really just providing knowledge to people, which is a really
yeah.
cool aspect to be doing as well in that coaching space. And you did mention before, no, so when it comes to like acquiring your customers, and actually, I'm assuming you're living on Instagram, if that where most of the follow base is coming from. Do you do anything else to maybe just get your name out there and being seen and heard in terms of marketing?
Well, I have been diving in Pinterest more and more.
Nice. Okay, cool.
And I can, because yeah, Canva is such a visual tool, of course. So I'm also a Canva creator. So I design templates that are available inside Canva's library. So that works very well on Pinterest as well. And I recently jumped to a new email marketing tool, or at least
Yeah.
for me, it's a new email marketing tool where I also have access to like an ad network, and also we can recommend newsletters to each other. So that's also a way to grow
Beautiful.
the email marketing part. Um, and yeah, I try to do more podcasts. I've said no to a lot of them because I'm just, yeah, I'm a creative person. I like to be behind my screen, behind my desk and design. And showing up live is also terrifying for me. But I am doing it more and more. And I also love to go to live more
Nice.
networking sessions. So I have joined some international events last year, which is also amazing, because then I can meet people like me. They understand me. They know what I'm doing. They do the same. So a lot of content creators, but mostly I live on Instagram for sure.
Behind the safety. And I completely understand it. It's like I'm exactly the same. When I'm like in the zone, I just like to be behind my screen with my headphones on and just like working away. So I really much understand.
Yeah,
Instagram is a great place, obviously. Pinterest is amazing as well. Naturally designing straight for Canva, so they just link so well together.
yeah.
Do you run any form of like paid advertisements or anything? Just maybe to increase your ecosystem
No,
and get more people in. It's a very organic growth, which is
not
really
yet. Yeah, it's all
yeah,
organic. And by the way, I forget LinkedIn, because that's also something that I've been
beautiful.
pushing more, because my audience was still 100% Dutch, because I'm Dutch. But now I practically repurposing my Instagram content on
Beautiful.
LinkedIn, and it's doing surprisingly well, because I think that the people that share content on LinkedIn, it's more like static images still, some carousel posts, but video it gets seen right away, because you are
No.
new in this. So I'm just resharing all my tutorials on LinkedIn, and I can see that it's working as well.
Yeah, that's so true. And as you say, you can even like cross correlate the Instagram and the LinkedIn because like moving that
Yeah,
content to LinkedIn just makes so much more sense. As you say, it's new, it's different, it's eye-catching compared to more of like the corporate jargon or the corporate world that's
yeah,
going on LinkedIn. Really cool
yeah.
aspect. And then naturally, yeah, just going back to the podcast thing, it's a great way to communicate, getting yourself in the right room with the events that you're attending as well. It's just really nice to just get yourself out there and know and connect with people on a great terms. And do you have a team that are helping out on the back end? Like I know your husband's a fellow entrepreneur, but anyone kind of
Just me.
supporting you? Just you.
Yeah. Well, mentally, always my partner because he, usually I talk and he just listens. And you need to have a mirror like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, it's just me. I have a team that takes care of my financials because my business is based in the Netherlands, but I'm running it international, so I
Yeah.
have no clue how all of that works. I'm too creative for that. So there's a financial team that takes care of all of that, and then it's all me. So I am doing everything. So every Instagram DM, it's sent by me. So
Awesome stuff. And I suppose like what are your ambitions moving forward? Would you like to maybe bring more people onto the team or like what are the goals or the targets that you're working hard towards over the next 6 to 12 months?
yeah, so for sure I need some support on like the back end. So like uploading templates, preparing stuff, maybe sending my email newsletters, taking care of the tech stuff as well.
Mm,
Um, but so that's a thing, like outsourcing more stuff because I'm a mom of two as well, and my time is crazy limited.
yeah.
So I'm growing all the time and I need to take care of everything myself, but I just can't. So getting support on that side of my business is very important for me. And on the other hand, I have two goals. I really want to grow on Instagram like big time, bigger than big. And then on the other hand, also my email newsletter, the thing that I
Yeah.
am launching soon. So I will add a paid tier to my email newsletter. I'm also very excited to see where that will go because that's a completely new product basically for me. So I'm very excited to learn something new as well, but also grow there as well because building a list and sending a weekly email newsletter, everyone can do that, but monetizing it, it's a different thing. So for me, that's also a special project to learn
Yeah.
from and grow. And yeah, I think
I couldn't
that's
agree more. And
exciting.
like and as you say, an email list is not a new concept, but it monetizing it and doing it well and effectively
Yeah,
is a hard thing to do. So as you say, it's just nice to get your teeth into something that you can really like
yeah,
play with, experiment with and see how it goes and take it from there. Instagram,
yeah,
so I take it more building your personal brand, making sure you're seen and heard, as you say, kind of leaning more into the English market as well as the Dutch, which is a really cool aspect that you can bring
yeah.
well, which is really nice. Where are you probably finding the biggest challenge for yourself at the moment, though, within the business, or even taking those next steps for yourself?
Oh, time, time,
Again, two
all the time.
kids in the business.
I Yeah, two kids, and I told you my partner is running his business as well. So when one of the kids gets sick or whatever, it's me. I am standing up. I'm the mom. I take care of my kids are number one and the business is number two. But I try to juggle it all. Like spoiler alert, it's not possible. So time is my biggest challenge. So last year I've been really diving into how to make my business more easy to run as well for me based on the different products that I have. And that's also why I'm so passionate about turning my designs into templates or digital products because it needs to be super simple as well. So I've been cutting off offers as well because I need to be laser focused on one or two things, and that should be like my cash cow, my
Yeah.
main product, the main offer that I have. Because if I have too many different things that I get, I can't pay attention to all of it.
Mm.
And I need to be very flexible as well because once one of my kids gets sick or whatever, I am a mom, so I can scroll on Instagram in the evening, but I can't create anything for clients because I am having mom duties. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's always being productive, being super efficient with my time, and like the best thing would be, and that's where I'm working towards, is having one offer, one focus that I am
Yeah.
working on, and all the content on Instagram should be pointing to that offer. Um, so yeah, that will be my main focus as well.
Yeah, I understand you completely. As you say, streamlining what you're putting out there just doesn't dilute your time or your services either. So you have that nice
Yeah,
double-edged sword with it. But as you say, just focusing on what you want and then you can drive it from there. And naturally, with the evergreen system you have set up with the courses and the templates, really must
yeah,
help you out because there's less. I know you have to design them and make them, but in the terms of the process of like revenue coming in, at least that's kind of self-sufficient in its own way.
yeah.
So it alleviates a lot
Yeah.
more of your time on that end. And there's one final question for you, Lynn, before we log out. So if you
Mhm.
could go back in time to a younger self and you could only leave yourself with one piece of advice moving forward, something you know now, but that you didn't know back then, what would you say to yourself?
Making decisions way quicker. I spent too much time thinking about the right journey, the next step to take, the right path for me. Being an entrepreneur, there is no roadmap.
No.
We decide our own roadmap. And how lovely it is, how it's so difficult at the same time. And I spent so much time thinking about stuff like what should I do next? Is what would be the next best step for me? Should I invest in this, or should I put my attention to this, or my time and my money? And
Mm.
thinking about it is slowing me down, and that's also slowing my business down. So my partner's always telling me like, you're still thinking about this, like move on, make a
Yeah.
decision, and when you make it you will move forward because you know that it was the right decision or not. So
Hmm.
looking back, I should have been making more decisions or making them faster, so I would grow faster as well and move faster.
Yeah, 100%. I completely understand. And it's always that limbo of like not making a decision is already a decision in itself because you're just prolonging that process moving
Yeah,
forward. And
yeah.
I love that a lot. And Lynn, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your incredible journey and insight with us. Where can our listeners reach out best to work with you or connect with you if they would like to do so?
It would be the best on Instagram because I live on Instagram. So yeah, my Instagram handle is at she.talks.business. It's hard to say
Beautiful.
out loud while you write it
I
1,000 times a
know.
day.
I know. I know exactly what you mean. But thank you again for joining me. I had a really great conversation with you today. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to go and check out Lynn Noppen, as she said, on Instagram, she.talks.business. Please drop her a message. I'm sure she would love to hear from everybody. And do not forget to subscribe to Founders Future via wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from $0 to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing and we'll see you on the next one.